Hello and welcome to Fiber. Look at me, I'm already off to a great start. And welcome to Fiber Dragon Live Stitch with Me number 10. Um, my title says back from the ick because last week I didn't really stream other than Monday. The kitten's here. Of course he is. I didn't stream other than Monday. I started to get very sick and I had the ick. I'm doing better now. I don't know if you can hear it or not, pretty nasally. But I feel better, so that's what's important. Uh, so let's get into the good stuff here. Let's see. I today am going to be working on curiosity, although I do think I'm going to be changing things around a little bit. As much as I want to, what is this? Solely focus on this project. Oh, interesting. Solely focus on this project. And get it done by March of next year, I also find myself being pulled in several directions. So today I'm going to be working on Curiosity by Amy Brown. The artwork is, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Um, let's see, what else can I tell you about it? It is on 28 count even weave. I am stitching 1/1 full cross with the called for DMC. Let's pull up my numbers real quick here. As you can tell, I am already out of practice as nothing is set up, nothing's ready. Okay, I did 0 stitching while I was sick. So the last time I worked on this with you. Um, so I am at 61,699 stitches complete out of 177,189. So that puts me at a total of 34.82% complete. I'll probably get into what my plans are going forward. Um, I love working on this piece and want to work on it all the time, but also because I was crazy and started some other pieces, I feel weird neglecting them. And while I was sick, while I did not work on this piece at all because the brain power was just not there, I did work on Friends, which is, just larger stitches in general, and I was just really enjoying some variety. That being said, I also don't do well with multiple projects because then I feel like I'm not doing justice or progress on any of them. So I still could not get the audio to work, so the last stream was mostly silent. Sorry about that. And I don't know if it's working now, but let's give it a go. I'm using lo-fi on Spotify. It is lo-fi, non-copyright hip-hop beats to read and stream. So let me show you that real quick. That is what I'm using, and we'll see if it still works. Perhaps. I need to turn it down just a smidgen. Am I okay? So let's get stitching. I do have good thing I found this needle poking in the back. I don't know how it got loose, but let's see. What was I looking at here? I'm working with color 154, which is a deep purple. I do still have plenty of park threads going on here. That's okay. I may mute because obviously I'm still sick. I've got the sniffles, and I may just be a quiet sit and stitch. I also don't want to cough in your ear. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Out of here. I haven't picked up this piece at all, so I feel like I am very lost right now on what I was doing, what my plan was. I'm trying very hard to not cough in your ear. I do have water and coffee. That was a close one. It was very close. I almost called for auditory delay. Okay, let's try and do some stitching. Sorry was late today. Like I said, I'm also a little bit out of practice, and I just was not ready to go at 10 like I thought I would be. Part of it was I had everything ready with my Spirit City lo-fi session, and then I realized you still couldn't hear it after everything I'd been doing. So, um, part of it was I changed track at the very last minute, trying to find music that I can use. So there may be ads because it's Spotify. We'll see what happens. I also should, excuse me, I'm gonna move the camera, so look away. There we go. I also should change my title as I'm not using it. I am using. Okay, I have done 0 stitches today on this. I was working on a different piece this morning, just because I kinda wanted to jump back into this with you and not be like, "Oh, well, I do," but I know it's a minor thing. What would a couple stitches difference make? You know, the nice thing is, taking the unintentional break away from this, uh, made it so that I really appreciate having a single threading. I love just having a single thread, all give and take, right? Because for the bigger stitches, you need more threads, and sometimes the bigger stitches are nice, and sometimes not having to worry. The cat fur, right, it's driving me nuts. Sometimes not having to worry about your threads laying evenly is also good. So I need tweezers. It's been interesting. I have been thinking because I currently have 3 pieces going, partially because one of them I was thinking about trying to get it done for Christmas. That's not happening. Even if I get it finished, there's no way it will be fully finished by Christmas. Um, just because of the realities of the holiday. Um, so yeah, but my original plan was to have 3 pieces on the go. Um, but I really had originally so my original plan was to just do this, get this finished in 2 years, and then do another one. Best way I'm so I tell you, 1 week and everything goes in the brain. I don't know. Hmm. So what was it? Oh, right. The pieces that I'm working with. So originally, I was thinking I'll just work on this one piece solely because I've always thought, you start with too many pieces, stretch yourself thin, and things don't get done. What's that? I've never had that come up before. I'm Hey, everybody. Um, Welcome to Fiber Dragon Live, Stitch with Me, number 10. I thought I was live several minutes ago, so I've been stitching and talking to myself. So I'm back. Okay, I don't know if I went live at all. I don't know what happened. I think I'm gonna start over. Okay. Right. Welcome to Fiber Dragon Live. Stitch with me at number 10. Da, da, da. I will be working on Curiosity. The artwork is by Amy Brown. It is charted by Heaven Earth Designs. I am using 28 count even weave and I'm stitching 1/1 with the called for DMC. Um, I had a whole conversation with you all about 10 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago. Okay. So I have not worked on this piece at all because I was sick last week. Last time I worked on it, I was with you, and it was during my live stream, and I just got more and more sick. I don't know if you can tell, I'm still a little bit, um, I still have a gravelly voice. I'm still very sniffly, but I'm getting there. So, the I apologize that it has been a very poor start. Hold on, I have to cough. Perfect. So I'm gonna get back into this. I did start on this just now. I when I thought I had started streaming. So I've done 0 work on this. But I have put a couple in stitches in now, so my numbers will be mildly different than they were. But now I have done 61,704 stitches out of 177,189 total. I'm at 34.82% complete. I did not work on this at all while I was sick, as I was saying, and, um, I did work on something else when I started to feel better, but I just did not have the brain capacity to work on this. Oh, also, I realized I still have not been sharing my audio. I don't know if I am now as far as the music goes, but in case you are curious, I am using what am I using? Spotify. Lo-fi, non-copyright hip-hop beats to game and free. So that is what's playing if you can hear it. No idea. Obviously, I'm extremely out of practice. You go away for 1 week and apparently your brain fries. Well, your brain might not fry. Mine completely fries and I was like, I don't know how to function anymore. I literally was sitting there having discussions and telling you about what's been going on. Yeah, and then the game was like, "Are you still there? You've been in here alone for a long time." And I'm like, "That's weird. I've streamed alone several times." Turns out I wasn't streaming. I was just chilling, not doing any. Oh, brother. So, um, hi, welcome to Monday, to my chaos, my normal chaos. So anyway, let me tell you about what I've been talking about for, you know, 11 minutes. Okay, so I was saying originally when I started this piece, I thought, okay, I'm going to focus only on this piece. I'm going to have one piece. I'm just going to work on it, nothing else. Um, and get it done in 2 years. It'll be great. Because obviously I'm not a very fast stitcher. So even though it would be my sole focus, it would still take me quite some time. But then I realized your brain starts to kind of short circuit, fry out a little bit, uh, and you can lose. What's the right word? You can lose interest in the piece that you're working on, and you don't stitch as much. You just kind of get tired of it, right? Even though you're moving around. And so when I started my second piece, I kind of made a plan for myself that I would work my way up to having three pieces all the time. And as soon as, I hit certain percentages on the pieces, I could start another one. So when I hit 25% on this one, when I hit 50%, no, I'm still not. What am I, what am I talking about? When I hit 25% on this one, I let myself start. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. And it is not a pro piece. Um, and it just, even though it's the same count of fabric, it's still 28 count fabric. Just having the monochrome, it just catch my attention first. I knew it was going to have so, um, so anyway, because it was the monochrome, it just makes it easier. I have to pay attention to where the stitches go, but I don't have to pay attention to color changes. Um, and it's just a different kind of feel when I'm stitching, which is nice. And then my plan was when that one got to okay, well, it didn't have to be that piece. When one of my pieces got to 50% and another one was at 25%, then I could start a third one. That went out the window a little bit because I wanted to try and get that one project stitched by Christmas. Not gonna happen. It still is possible to get it stitched by Christmas. It's just not possible to get it fully finished into the pillow by Christmas. I just don't think that's possible. So I kind of started it without meeting the percentages that I wanted to start. Um, so now I have 3 projects on my hands, and I'm feeling already very pulled thin because I wanna work on one, because I wanted to work on Friends, which is what I wanna get with, because I've oh, hold on. Somebody walk by with their doggo. So, yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, "Oh, I wanna work on that one because I wanna get it done by Christmas." But then I feel bad because then I'll start falling behind on my goals for this one all this self-imposed pressure is real, um, and I don't wanna fall behind on my goals because it just feels icky. So I don't know. I think my new current plan, and subject to change, subject to change for sure, is to try to let go of my original thought that this piece would be done in and get myself down to just 2 pieces, because I feel like with 3, just always neglecting somebody. I haven't worked on my monochrome piece, and that doesn't feel good either. So, I think what I'm gonna do is try to let go of it and just start working on a rotation of my different pieces. Ooh, that sounds so scary because I'm really worried I'm not gonna be making much progress on the pieces. Hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. So I'm gonna give it a try. So that means today, ooh, I'm feeling the nerves about not working on this daily. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna try it, and so that means on Tues not Tuesday because I don't stream on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I will work on a different on stream. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, so okay, I will put a different piece on stream, and then maybe I'll work on this one off stream. So I won't there's no way I don't stitch fast enough. I will not get 250 stitches a day, which is why I will have to let go of that vision that I had. Um, but then I won't feel like I'm not putting time into these other pieces that I've started. Like, they're just sitting here beside me staring at me saying, "Why don't you like this?" And "Mm, no, I don't we'll see." Oh, with the cough again. So, I have a lot of pressure, a lot of guilt, and it's all self-imposed. Um, so that's my current plan. I would be interested to hear what you think, but I don't know. I don't know anymore. I think being sick has made my brain go bad, right? That's obviously it, and not anything else. I turn the music back on. There we go. Okay. Totally normal, perfect, smooth, professional state. Alright, I feel a little bit like I'm in a complete free for all chaos, right? Skipped. I do see sometimes the appeal of gridded fabric because it just cuts down on your having to count. And counting has never really bothered me. I've always been okay with it, um, but I do see it the most exciting. Although I guess stitches. I saw stitching, wait, yes, stitching masterpieces has a new post up, and it is well, there was two. There's one starting to close in on finishing a big library piece, which is really cool. But the area she's working in is all creams and whites. So it's like, ooh, ooh, that's a tough finish. But she also posted her owl that she's working on, and she started working on like the head area, which I love. I love animals. Speaking of animals, well, okay, how do I word this? There is a dilemma. Someone I know, not in my household. Someone I know, they found a turtle, which very good. It's very common. Turtles like at every body of water, everywhere. And they took it home. Like just yoink, picked it up and took it home. Free turtle, but it's wild. They're like, oh, it's great. We're teaching it to ride a skateboard. And I'm thinking, but that turtle wants to be back at its pond. I could be wrong. I feel kind of bad for the turtle. Could it have been possibly eaten and had a terrible life out in the wild? Yeah, but what do I know? What do I know? Nothing. I just know I was just a turtle going about my day, hanging out in the grass, warming up in the sun, and some giant came and picked me up and put me inside. I might be a sad little turtle. Just saying, but I'm not a turtle. Oh, I am not. Ask my kids what they wanted. The standard response right now is, I don't know. I don't want anything. I'm glad that you're grateful for what you have, but that's my goal. It's not great. I don't know what to do. Uh, I mean, they're getting older and but they're kids. What do you mean you don't want anything? Mhm. Trying to think if I was ever that cool because I don't think I was ever that cool. I don't want anything. I am at this stitch. Go over, skip two, two. So because I was sick, I was knocked out flat. not doing much of anything other than sleeping and occasionally getting up to try and make sure I didn't get dehydrated or whatever. I wasn't hungry, I couldn't taste anything. There's a very good chance this one's in the wrong spot too. But, um, I did absolutely nothing. Laid there like a lump on a log. So, getting back into real life, started by, going to get groceries, and we got back from that. Had to have a nice little lie down. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm getting back in the swing of things. Mm, mm, oh, and I think today I'm going to try really hard to make it to the library for a couple of reasons. The first one is I really want to get the audiobooks set up on probably my phone, um, but also on my computer, but phone first. And they need some special code that, nah, I don't remember that code. So I have to go into the library and get that code. Um, and I want to set up audiobooks because I know that with my stitching, I'm not reading as much as I want to be. Um, so that would help with that. I can listen to some books. And then the other reason is um, somebody suggested a book to me that sounds interesting, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't freak me out. So, and I can't swear to this, and I don't know who the author is. I'm fairly certain she said the book was called Culpable, and why is this? It is about, she said she didn't want to give too much away. So I don't think I'm giving too much away because I'm just passing on the information. It is about an AI-driven car, and that I don't know how many people are in it or whatever, but I gathered that there were several people in the car, and maybe not. Anyway, makes you wanna read this book, doesn't it? So anyway, they the car gets into an accident. I think it kills somebody, um, and who is actually culpable for that car accident, which I thought sounded interesting. Um, hopefully it doesn't creep me out too much, fingers crossed, because that is a possibility. Because I do have short oh, I forgot to add. Oh, no, oh, no. We are back I get freaked out about some AI stuff anyway. Um, I understand it's everyday life at this point, and if you use a phone or a computer or whatever, you use anything, there is AI involved, and I understand. Uh, but I thought it would just be an interesting read and I guess it follows the people's stories. I don't know whose stories it's following, and I don't know if it has anything to do with, like, is it just the people, like, involved in the car accident, or is it people outside of it, like, who designed the car, or who designed the AI, like, that's where my mind goes, and I don't know if the book actually covers that or not. I thought it sounded interesting. So I wanted to go look for that book and see if it is available, and also to see if they have it on audiobook, so there's a higher chance that I will read it before it is due back. Now the downside with audiobooks is once they're due, they just get returned, whereas, physical books, you can renew them. You can recheck them out, obviously, but if someone else is checking them out, they're gone. So, you know, these are all things I've been thinking about. I've been laid up sick when I was not sick. Okay, look, my next stitch is up by the park stitch. Up here. And I parked it because I wasn't sure if my count was right. Now the question is, do I trust my count and just stitch this one? Or do I wait? You know what? We're gonna wing it. Obviously, I put it on the right spot, right? It's not the wrong spot. That would be crazy. Trust yourself. Don't treat yourself. Trust yourself. So that's been kind of how things been going. Slowly getting better. Very slowly, it feels like. Went out, still walking the neighbor's dog. And they did just ask us if later this year we wanted to take him for a week. So, uh, oh, though, I felt so bad. Okay, so threw the ball, and I gotta count 3, 6 minutes. Mhm, 3, 2, 7. Okay, threw the ball, and this doggo yelped. He was running after it, and he yelped so loud. I think maybe he twisted his ankle, foot, or pulled something, or unclear what happened and why he yelped like that. I felt so bad. Um, so then, obviously, you have to check and make sure that he's okay and not going to be really injured. So obviously stopped. I, I got it in the stitch. Throwing the ball and playing with him for a minute, and then slowly made sure he could walk, and then made sure because he was limping at first, but then he started playing like normal. So I think he is going to be okay. I think he just maybe there was a hole in the ground and it made it go funny. Maybe he's just a dramatic fellow. I don't know, but my little heart broke for Doggo. So hopefully he's okay. Oh yeah. So in my brain, I was sitting there thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna get all the way down here and turn around and start going back up." Girl, I don't know how fast I think I did, but it was not that. I did, have the energy to sit up the last couple of evenings and not have to go straight to bed after doing anything, after functioning. Um, so I did watch some friends play a game last night. Um, it's called Arc Raiders, and 792. Um, it's a fun game. I will never play it. A, it is a shooter. B, it is a shopping game. It's just there. You go out, you shoot things, and then you get your inventory and shop. And like, these are all the things that I'm the worst at and hate most games. So that's gonna be a no for me. It is fun to watch. It's a co-op game. It's also interesting the dynamics of different, you know what I'm saying? Like how different people game together is very interesting. Psychologist Aikika here checking in for talking about how different people game together. It is crazy the dynamic, and they're fairly consistent with. And I know it's the same with me, right? Like anytime I enter a game, it changes the dynamics and how people interact with me, and I know that. But it's just funny to be an observer, basically a fly on the wall, and see how the people that I enjoy gaming with interact with each other without me there. Because obviously you don't like if you're and it's funny because they're funny. It's funny to listen to them interact with each other. I also did watch while I was sick random people play just because I would be up at really weird hours. Um, random people play games. I will say it is more definitely more fun to watch your friends play games than random people. But also you can get introduced to new games that way. I was introduced that way to a game called Candle, which I was having a great time playing. It is not you kind of have to move around the screen and stuff, but there's really very minimal there's almost no, minimal platforming, minimal, you know, you just don't really have to manage a lot of things. The whole point is to get around the map and solve different puzzles. And I guess get to the end to see what happens. It was fun. I don't know if the story I was like, about the story. Whatever. Was not super connected to the story, but I did really enjoy the game. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. Apparently, they used real watercolor art to make their game, which was a whole process in itself because of characters and watercolor backgrounds. So, anyway, it was fun. There was one puzzle that could not figure out the answer to, made absolutely no sense. I had to look it up. And then there's only three stages in the game with three separate levels. And on the third level, I was feeling so good. Like I breezed through that thing. I was feeling good. Um, and then thought the solution to something was that you had to drop this block on the background. But the block dropped and didn't push back. So reset, did it, got it to drop on the bad guy, and the whole game just froze. Like, couldn't reset, couldn't nothing. The whole game completely froze. So weird. What happened? So I'm looking it up, and this one website is like, oh, if you don't drop it in the bad guy, you hit a brick wall, game over. Like, and I'm looking at it, oh, that's crazy good. We didn't do that for us in the game. We just did the third level. No, apparently that person lied whatever. Nope, that was not the solution at all. You had to do something totally different. So apparently I looked that one up too because I thought I had hit a brick wall. But oh, so yeah, that was my this one. Hmm, it's a long way to drag a thread. I'm gonna end the thread, but I'm also going to keep out this color and just do some more with it. A, because I like blue. B, I just changed, but and I'm still a little bit whiny about having the word color. Nine more stitches in this cup. I just want to do if I can find the right spot. It's a little bit trickier, isn't it? So I hope you all had a good week while I was gone. I cannot say that I did, but I can say it didn't work. I'm gonna have to snuffle and sneeze here for a minute. Okay, okay, hold on, hold on. Oh, darn it. Yeah, I don't other than trying to get back to real life, I just really haven't accomplished much this week. Did finally put away the Halloween decorations. Sort of. Ooh, that one came with a caveat, though. So I took them down from outside, and there's a couple of bigger ones that can't live in a little tote. They have to live on a shelf in your attic. And I put things away in the tote, and put the bigger things, and now they're all sitting outside of the room. Oh, not Caleb, first not. To go into the attic. So they're partially put away. They're in the tote, ready to be put away. That counts, right? How put away is put away. I have to back up. Oh, well, sure, it just comes right out. I don't know why I'm complaining about that. I'm not complaining. Little concerned. Don't tell her that my older doggo is maybe not doing as well as she should be. Oh, hiya. Um, she used the house as a bathroom last night, which is just not her normal MO. So we need to get her to the vet and get her checked out. And, you know, she has these kind of big lumps on her side, which we just changed vets, so they don't know about. The previous vet knew about. We were just kind of keeping an eye on them. Hmm. They seem to have gotten bigger, so I'm a little bit I don't want anybody to give me bad news, please and thank you. I just need good news only. She will be perfectly healthy and live forever, obviously. Is the news that I want. So if that feeling, I would cool it. I did hear, and I have no idea who it is. I have no idea. Somebody groomed their dog, walking around with their dog groomed, you know, cool, however many thousands and thousands of dollars to do that. Obviously, it is someone somewhat famous, although I don't know. Um, they keep talking about so and so is walking around with their dog. I have no clue. Couldn't even tell. Would you ever clone one of your pets? What is the moral line on a pet before a person? Ethical. Mm, this is why I can't read sci-fi books and stuff because then I just start questioning. Oh, okay. That's there we go. We're navigating these tricky waters. I don't even know. Where am I at here? So today is cold. Yesterday felt like summer. Literally felt like summer out. It was humid. It was warm. It was crazy. And then today we're going to have a freeze warning tonight. So we have to bring a bunch of things in. So they're going to be confused as to what the heck is. And I have one plant that we have to bring inside because it can't handle freezing. So we bring it in, but it is very worried about being brought inside. And it will like almost immediately within a couple of days drop all of its leaves. It gets very grumpy. I tried to explain to it that it will die if I leave it outside, but it gets very windy. So we try to leave them outside as long as it is not going to freeze. It's very windy. I get it. I'd probably do the same. But he's also one of my precious plants and I love him very much. I have a stitch park in this color and I have no idea where. 413. Oh, that's not very neat. I also so down here there's like 4 stitches in this little curve. Boop, boop, boop. So I'll have to try and remember who else. There are 3 stitches down here. Mhm. All right, well I guess where is it? Should I just stitch where it's at? And then this is what I and then use the thread. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Thing people would do, right? Okay, 13 stitches of this color left on this page. However, one of them is up in this corner. I already saw it. So I don't know if I'll get to that one. All right, getting rid of a parked thread. That feels good. Uh-oh, does it count? No, it thought it wanted to be enough. Did I just? Oh my god. Oh no, I did it right. I did it right. So, yeah, that's been life. Doggos, kitten, came. Oh, nice. Okay. So anyway, and now it did not count. Number two. Nope. Luckily, I've had two easy ones. Oh no, one of these stitches is in the wrong spot. Oh no, no. You know what? We're just gonna fudge it. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna matter because the stitches that it's at are also purple, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Okay, so this stitch is one up. These stitches are purple as well, if I remember the color correctly. Oh, well, I've got a purple right there. Look. Yes, it is also purple. So I'm just gonna cheat. Okay, because symbol I'm working on is 6. I'm gonna forget that. Okay, so this one is actually this one. Mark up that. Then I'm going to say this one will now be that one. Unmark it. Don't tell anybody. No one will know the difference. I'm going to 6 now. Done that stitch. And this is where I discovered my error. Okay, perfect. I never saw a mistake. I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly, not me. Not me. I wouldn't make mistakes. I am so meticulous. Wouldn't I? Alrighty, moving right along. I wonder how I do that too. Like, did I? Because sometimes I'll be doing a stitch and I'll look away and it'll pop into a hole. Or if I just glitched out for a minute and just put it in the wrong spot? Or was that there? It couldn't have been there first because then all the other stitches would have been based off of. So, heck if I know. How did I make that error? What? What? Right? I'm also just now realizing I didn't eat breakfast. I'm doing really good. Yeah, coming back from being sick is something else. It's trying to function is not working out very well for me. I'm doing all this and I still haven't I need to And obviously, Wednesday's stream will be completely professional and fantastic. And all that. You know, I realized could be for Spotify. And it's with no. Some of us are quick-witted and fast on the draw. Some of us are slower, slow, slow-witted. That sounds mean. That doesn't sound right. Um, it's still witty, just at a slower pace. Okay. I blame it on sick photography. Is not my normal state of being. What? I did play Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday. That was fun. That's the one. So that game is the one that I play. She is a cleric. And, um, yeah, some crazy stuff happened, and now I can't remember what it is. Let me see if I can fish this memory up for you. Let's see what happened. Captain's there. We chose. Oh, oh, we have like all these cards that we're like telling our future and stuff, and you get that very early in the game, and we're talking like it's been years. So one of them is finally coming into play. Like, there's prophecy, but it's all these undead people want vengeance or something. But I think we'll get like a cool weapon if we combine with them or something. But the character is a cleric, so that seems very counterintuitive. Ooh, there's words. Um, so I I did have to clarify at one point. I said, look, my character would be very hesitant about this, but I, as the player, think we should go at least check it out. um, yeah, and I remember saying, "Oh, we're leaving it on a cliffhanger," and now I can't remember why. Oh, no, that's so bad. Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I'm gonna have to start like just sitting there taking notes because I don't remember. Like this happened. It is Monday, people, and this happened 2 nights ago, and I cannot remember what the cliffhanger was. Obviously, it was good stuff. Like, it was really good. I remember, like, damn, I said that was a concept. Oops. why? Ugh, why is this person so oh, I know why. I'm using it now. Do I just use it? I don't or do I save it? No. I'm gonna save it, yeah, because I know I can use that one for I think. Why, I hope so. I don't feel like a fool. This one's not either, but it is more than this. Alright, 310. That is black. Easy. Easy color description. Like, can't see in front of your face, the hand in front of your face, but oh, that's yeah. I do wonder, like, thinking back to player dynamics and how different people play together. Like, how would you describe yourself? I don't know if you play games, but if you like, do you play stitchy games? Do you play video games? Do you not video games? I don't know. Um, like, how you would describe yourself as a gamer? It's not good. That's me. How would I describe? I really just want, like, I don't know. I just want people to be having a good time, laughing. Um, and so I will let my go-to is I don't need the spotlight. I don't need to get the cool things. If someone else is like, "Ah, I really want that cool thing," and it's fun for them to have it, great, perfect, you have it. Um, so I tend to not do well in video games or a lot of games. They're like, "Oh, this thing is really well, then you should have it." Making mine worse. I really don't care. I'm just in it to have fun, to hang out, to enjoy who I enjoy spending time with. Um, I guess my favorite games really are puzzle games, but I don't I that is with a caveat, right? Like, I hate it when it is a single player game and the puzzles are so difficult that you just get stuck. I don't like those games. There should be some sort of way to find the solution, or it should be intuitive. Um, and I understand what some people think is intuitive is not for others. That's why escape rooms and things are so interesting because what someone finds easy to solve, another person will just sit there. So if it is a multiplayer game, yeah, sure, maybe don't have a way to find the solution in the game, not having to look it up. Because different brains will be okay with the solution. I guess so, there are people in this world that are just, like, good at puzzle games. Even though I like them, I would say I'm medium now. I'm impatient, I think. Not patient enough to sit there, and it doesn't come to me naturally. It's like, "Oh, well, obviously this puzzle's unsolvable." Obviously. I did find going into escape rooms, um, with people that have, like, the same background or think the same as you is more difficult. So I've done a ton of escape rooms because I love them. I think they're fantastic. Interactive puzzle game, so much fun. IRL interactive puzzle game. Anyway, I did a bunch of them with family members and could not get through them. Like, every once in a while we would, but we would all get hung up on the same puzzle. I'm gonna cough, I'm hoping not to. However, when I went in with friends, people with different backgrounds, things like that, uh, would get through them fairly regularly, make it to the end almost every single time. So that's strange. I don't know. Maybe if it's a group of people of fantastic puzzle solvers, you wouldn't have that issue, but when I did it with my family members, we would all get hung up on the same puzzle and not get out. So I guess the moral of that story is play games with your friends. Not that's not true. That's not true at all. Mm. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened while I was sick, but there's more cat hair than usual on this piece. Somebody must have had a nap session on it or something. Holy. Maybe it's just accumulating more. Maybe it's because we rearranged the room that we're in. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I need to like start storing this in a bag or something. It's so oh, I never turned the music back on. Do you see how I've been listening to it for a while. Okay. I still do it. Oh, no. Ooh, it is very satisfying. Of course, there's not. No, freaking coffee. You a lot of practice with even okay, where am I at? Good. Ooh, I don't know about, like, the that alien little creature. Downside of rotating through pieces is we are not gonna get to the dragon for a while. How long it takes me to get through areas. I'm still really on the fence with this. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when I do on Tuesday. I think part of it is whenever I start something, I don't wanna stop working on that thing. And then I'll start to feel guilty because the others are just sitting there. Maybe a regular rotation is the answer. I don't know. Worst. Because if I hadn't been streaming today, I would not have picked this piece up again. I would have continued stitching on the friends piece that I started this morning. I didn't start it this morning. I was working on this morning. So, and now I don't want to not be working on this. What does that say about me? You tell me. Maybe don't tell me. Just, you keep that little tidbit to yourself. Thanks, though. Just don't want anything to really further. I think to always be the same. It's solid. Change is good. I was so sick I didn't even watch the finale of The Great British Bake Off. Sad. I know it's over, and I don't want to I don't want it to end. um, but also, I kind of do want to find out who wins before it gets spoiled. I'm doing my best to live a spoiler-free Bake Off life. This weekend, I have to make some bread for having a girls' night, and we are having soup night. Soup and noodles. Instead of bringing soup, because why would I bring soup? Bring bread. So we just talked about we only wanted two different kinds of soup. Four of us that are going to be there. And I would bring bread, and someone's going to bring something else. Because four different kinds of soup feels excessive. Or just like a hangout watch movie. Not having a tasting, that just seems like a lot. But this way, you're not committed to eat a soup that you don't maybe don't like. So two different kinds of soup. I don't know how it goes again. We have to so for the first time ever, You should try to make nachos, but not until and I'm also going to be super busy Saturday with 8 million things to do. So I don't know when I'm gonna make it. Do you know, can you make Dutch oven pie? Ooh, that'd be way better if that is the case. Can you? Unknown. I'll say I like the one better with nobody. I don't like voices in my lo-fi. Is that weird? Maybe. What are you whining about, doggo? What's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. What? Now both doggos are here? What? What's the matter, doggos? Why are we all wound up? Ooh, ooh, I bet that was pleasant. You're welcome. Also, some humans do this stuff. Really, something not. Up, back up. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, maybe I was putting on the right spot. Oh no, I'm pulling out stitch. Oh no, I was putting it in the right spot. Ugh, this is a stitch. It'll be fine. Oh, this is a big ass thing. That's only because I was thinking about putting the music back on. Don't worry, there's more cat. How? How? Where does it even come from? Look, it's my shirt. Where my shirt is attracting cats. Like nobody's business. Okay, so now and I absolutely know where I am, and everything is where it's supposed to be, right? I say, hopefully, this doesn't look right. I don't think I'm gonna. Uh, ugh, gas. This has to be a spot. What's happening here? Mhm. Okay. Okay. Some stitches aren't marked that have been done. Sometimes this app just does that. I don't know if it has to do, oh no, with how I save things or if it just glitches out sometimes. I don't. Okay. Let's mark those as complete. It also says there's some down here, but no, I didn't do those. Okay, of course it didn't. Why would I? Okay, that's not something working. Okay, pushing buttons right now. Stop. Okay, here we go. Everything is that one I was not fudging. That one was real stitches done. So I don't know why they were hurt. I have just forgotten to mark them. Do that sometimes when I get on a good rhythm, but also it really stinks and trying to find more. Or you think something's wrong. Sit there and ponder for a little while. wonder how pretty. What's that? Mm, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Chaos. Problem solved. Everything's going perfectly normal day. Imagine- Okay. There was a thing like, oh, we had an appointment for somewhere in this particular place. It's for or this particular place likes to call and change the appointments on a fairly regular basis. Oh, can you come in early? Oh, can you come in late? Dog go barking. Um, and to a certain extent, I'm fine doing that, whatever. But not every single time. Like, the appointment's there for a reason. So, kept the original appointment time for today. And not, I mean, I, it happens occasionally with some places, like it just, oh, something came up or whatever, or they can get you in earlier, or something came up, somebody was sick, it was emergency, whatever. This one particular place had an appointment every short amount of time, and they called almost every single time to change it. Okay, okay, I'm being okay. I'm marking buttons that shouldn't be marked and unmarking. Okay, here we go. You know what? It's fine. Keep on keeping up. The fabric squeak. It's not the voice that grates on me, it doesn't bother me, but it's not my favorite. Why is my fabric squeak? You know what? I just have to think it's gonna be a sweet too. Right? with the thread being slightly shorter, so it really throws off how far you need to get to. This is significantly shorter though. A little bit. Now look, going across the top. I just got hungry again. I'd forgotten about it, and now I'm hungry. I do think it's funny that when I stream, sometimes it's a very just chill vibe, just, sitting and stitching, and then sometimes it's just absolute chaos, and my kids aren't even here. It's just bonkers. I guess that's how it goes. What are you chewing on, Doggo? This one, which is a lot of keep going. But I love it. Next color is drum roll. Not a stitches. Two on the whole page. Where's the other one? Oh, it's perfect. You did. You did. I think I'm just gonna. All right. Well, we'll just do nine and orangey red. Ready orange. Ready orange. Reddish orange. I like to think of it as cream of tomato soup. I'm in a soup state of mind. I get to fill in this little tiny hole. Okay. To it. To it. Oh my gosh, that's like sawing. Can you hear that? I'm so sorry. I don't know what somebody is like. I don't even know. Maybe they're trimming their bushes. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I got to mute. That sound is terrible. Okay. So that was that one stitch. The other one is up here, and I think I'm just gonna do it, right? So I put the color away that later. Like that just we'll be counting streams. That's so fun to ever. Look, that little hole is look how her skirt is coming together. It's cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Okay. This is this maybe it's some of her hair. I don't know. It's like just a single orange stitch. I guess we all can feel it. Okay. Figure out where the stitch is. Assuming this one's in the right spot because obviously it's mistakes. It is. One, two. Oh, I gotta zoom in. Not restraining. One, two, three, four. Five away and one up. So, tail and counting string. Let's go. One, two, three, four, five. One up. And will be that. Okay. Loop, loop, pin it. Yeah, this is all pretty blank space right now, so I am interested. I think that's it. Oh, I don't. You know what? We will be surprised together in like 3 months' time. I don't think it'll be that long, but if I start rotating pieces, it might be. Oh, snippet. Let's see on the page. Okay. mark it off that I did it, or I'll be really confused. Mhm. Next color will be right. Tights. Like her tights poke through. Ooh, door sounds. Doggos are not barking. We're good. 317, dark gray. This one I'm also using an oh. Now why? Why on earth did I see this? I feel like this is the one who's like, I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna get to it and just toss it. Two so there's 23 stitches on the page, but there's only two in the area that I'm working. You know what? No. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna use that tiny piece. That's just crazy. What was I thinking? I know I could have gotten a couple stitches out. That's just what again? What am I doing? Best intention. I think I will keep this color out a little bit and bebop around because there's lots of connecting points, but they're just kind of single stitches. So we're gonna have some bebopping. Yes, that's a technical stitching term. Time to bebop. Bebop Aruba. So two. I'm not gonna put the color away, even though they're not connecting. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna put the color away, keep going in the area that I'm in. And sometimes I just don't feel like putting the color away. Oh gosh, it's almost time to end the stream. Oh gosh. We've got what, 8 minutes left? Because I totally started on time. So what's funny about that is I started, I think it was 7 minutes late, and what I thought I had started, and then I was just sitting in there talking to myself for 10 minutes, not have started straight. What do you mean? Yeah, perfectly normal, whatever she does. What? Fake streaming? Streaming, not even streaming to yourself, just fake streaming, just sitting in the studio. Not, I'm not sitting in the studio, but that's what the app is called that helps with streaming. They call it the enter your studio. So I was just sitting in there doing nothing. Pin it. Like I'm oh, okay, dating myself again. That cooking or whatever. I don't even know who he was. And he was like, set it and forget it. Pin it and then we'll bebop. Bebop Aruba. Now it's just another oh, I can make it. I just have to find where it goes. Ah, it's so close to a park. Okay. I get ready for the sniffles. Oh, sorry. I'm paying attention. We're bebopping around the beat. I know I mentioned it before, but that is one of the things that I love about cross stitch is that you're doing all these colors and, spending all this time, and then it looks absolutely nothing, and then just all of a sudden, it'll look like something. It's so cool. It's so cool. Art is so cool. And that's how a lot of artwork is, right? Drawing or whatever. It's nothing, nothing, nothing until it's but I feel like you get, a little bit it's you get that satisfaction of earlier many art forms. In cross stitch, it is very, very slow and sudden. Maybe I'm biased. I'm probably just biased, right? Like, yeah, that's just true. What are you doing? Hey, doggos, I'm telling ya. Mm, mm. I'm gonna put this stitch in, and then I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Oh, dog is morning. Okay. Uh, that's what I'm gonna call it for today. Um, thank you so much for joining me and for sticking with me through the chaos and crazy and teaching me my mind every few minutes about what I'm gonna be doing. You know what? It's it's part of the fun of me. All right, so let's see how we did today. We are sitting at 61,830 stitches done out of 177,189. We got 131 stitches in today, which is definitely more than I thought based on all the craziness. I think of having a couple of stitches there worth. So like I was saying, thanks for sticking with me through the crazy. I'll be back on Wednesday. Um, as of right now, I think I'm gonna be working on a different piece. I think I want to work sorry, back on this piece. But we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling on Wednesday. But for now, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you next time. Have a good couple of days. Bye for now.